Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did.
So it's not hard to do. And I think a lot of people, they get into it, it can be, I think the hardest thing for most people is the fear they have of themselves. Like they're just intimidated and they're scared and they are like, what if I mess up? And it's all in their head. But the actual work itself is so easy. And it's for me. So when I got into it, at one point I was a manager at Qdoba. And I don't know if you eat Qdoba, but that's a lot of work. That's guacamole. That's pico. That's a whole lot of work. That's a whole lot of manual labor. Mm-hmm. That was hard. Okay. This, all I gotta do is look at IDs and sign papers. This is not hard. This is easy compared to what I used to do. Most people's jobs, like those are hard things to do, especially compared to what you're getting paid. This is easy. It's really simple. It's work, but it's not hard. Yeah, it's not hard.
All right. What has been your best day? Because I like to leave on a high note. If you can remember, what has been your best day dollar-wise as a notary that you can remember?
That I remember? Yeah. I'd probably say closer to like 1,800 in one day. It was a snow day. That's what it was. Because no one wants to work on a snow day. So I took everybody's work. That was fun. That was fun.
Oh, that's dope. All right.
And that's loan closings. Loan closings and general notary work. Yeah.
Hey guys. Okay, so first of all, y'all don't mind my light. My light is a little funky today, but we're going to wing it anyway. Good morning. Is it morning? It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I wanted to go, I haven't gone live in a couple days, and so I just wanted to kind of come on here, give you guys some training and information, some tips you guys can use when it comes to building your notary business. I am in Florida right now. I actually just did a signing. I have another signing. It was set for 11, but there's a delay in docs. So probably 12 or 1, depending on when title gets me the docs for this closing. So I said, in the meantime, I can go live and give you guys some tips of things that I feel like would really make a major impact in your business. So if you guys don't know my story, as of late, I'm expanding my business to Florida. And so I've been out here. I think I first got out here in September, I believe. And so I've been working out here as a notary since then. And in the 2 months, I have built up successful signings. I haven't really dove into general notary work yet, or e-notary as pertains to Florida clients. I still do my Virginia clients, but I haven't really pushed and gotten a lot of Florida clients yet. So that's definitely on my list of things to do to really just build up that online presence with my Google business page. So that's a really big portion for me. I really wanted to lock in on the loan closings, though. That was a really important step for me right now. Was okay, let me go ahead and get the loan closing solid, and then I'll build up the general notary work and the e-notary. And so that's my plan. That's what I'm working on. And I will be back in Virginia this next week. So when I'm in Virginia, I just close loans in Virginia, and I'm building out my notary, between 3 to 5 notaries that are in Virginia and in Florida that can do general notary work for me when it comes in when I'm not in the state. So that's pretty much how I work. People always ask me, how do you do it when you get calls and you're not there? I just outsource it to other notaries that I have partnered with throughout my training that are in that area. And I'll just send a text to them and say, hey, you guys want a signing? I'm not there. Do you want to do it? But that's pretty much where I'm at as far as my business. I really love what I do. I've been a notary now since 2014. So just about pulling up on 10 years. And I don't think I'm stopping anytime soon. I'm actually adding on real estate, and I'm a loan officer now in Virginia and in Florida. So my real estate effective probably in a couple days in Virginia, and then hopefully in the next 2 weeks in Florida. So I'll be doing real estate, loan officer, and notary work in both states. And so I'll also be training on those as well as I build that out. We do have our Realtor to Realtor program that launches on January 1st. So make sure you're in the space so you can get trained by me and other real estate professionals that are doing great in the industry. We have a lot of awesome perks and deals that's going to go into that program if you're interested in doing what I'm doing as well. This Saturday, so 2 days away, we do have our Launch Ron 2023, which is our annual program that we do every year that's going to give you training resources for remote online notary. So that's where you can work from home or wherever you are in your commission state doing online notary work. Okay, so Launch Ron is a 4-hour event. It is recorded. You do get the replay. So if you can't stream the whole 4 hours, you can't join it all, you do get to watch that whenever you're ready. And you do get the resources that we'll be giving out during the training. So any PDFs or guides or things like that, you'll get that. It's myself. I'll be teaching you how to generate leads. So actually, I'll teach you how to generate leads online for Ron. And then I have Roger from Secured Signings, who's also going to teach you how to generate leads and actually make money in that space as well, but more on the technical side. So you guys are going to love his presentation. And then you have Susie from the National Notary Association. She's going to be teaching you guys how to prevent fraud in this space, because a lot of notaries are getting caught up with like identity verification and like just different things. And you can get sued if you don't do it correctly. So the NNA is going to be presenting this Saturday as well. And then you have Amy, love me some Amy. She will be presenting as well on different identity verification methods and different things about the industry that's going to help you become successful as a remote online notary in 2024. Okay, so this event is live, it's recorded, and you do get the replay. It's this Saturday from 10 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. So I put the link in the chat for that event, and guess it's only $27. What? Are you serious? Like every other year we've done it, it's been $100 to come to this event. This year it's only $27 plus. If you get the unlimited event pass, you're able to stream to hold on one quick second, guys. Okay, slight water break. Okay, so this event is only $27 to attend. It's normally $100 each year that we've done it. It's $27 for you guys to get in, and we're really making a lot of changes to Notary. So you guys will see, especially as we begin to launch Realtor to Realtor. So we really want everyone to be able to get into the programs, start making money, learn how to build their business, and continue to grow and scale. My biggest thing is providing education resources. I'm out here doing it. And everyone's like, oh, Vanessa, how do you do it? And I'm showing you guys how to do it. So like everything that I do, I literally either will say on a YouTube video, put it in the course, send it in an email. Okay. So it's not like you have to recreate the wheel. It literally is all there for you. Like I literally feel like there's nothing that I have not discussed in the notary space that's not in the course. Okay. But I do also want to tell you about the unlimited event pass. So Launch Ron 2023 is the thing that's this Saturday. That's the $27. But also, if you want, you can go ahead and get the unlimited event pass. I'm going to tell you why. So the unlimited event pass. Oh, I think that did it end? Never mind. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I just said it. So it was supposed to end on the 31st. The deal ended on the 31st. So you can still get the unlimited event pass. Actually, so the unlimited event pass is $97, and it gives you access to all of our virtual events for 2024. So in 2022, we put a pass out for 2023, so you can see all the events. So now we have our 2024 Notary to Notary Unlimited Event Pass. And what that gives you is access to all of our virtual live events that we hold throughout the year of 2024. Now, that pass will give you access also to notary Explosion, which is happening in December. That's our other annual event we do, and Launch Ron. So if you register for the event pass, don't do anything else. You don't have to email me. You don't have to do anything. We're going to automatically add you to the Launch Ron roster at Notary Explosion. But if you say, hey, Vanessa, I don't know if I'm going to, be training with you in 2024. I'm just going to go ahead and get the Launch Ron by itself. You can. But if you feel like, hey, I'm going to actually do more classes with you in 2024, it makes more sense for you to go ahead and get the event pass, because from there, you'll be able to attend the 2 events for the rest of this year, as well as the events for all of next year. So that's how the event pass works. People were getting a little confused about that. So I wanted to clear that up. Ronnie, give me a second. I will get your questions. So the event pass will give you 2024, all live events, and then the 2 at the end of this year. So Launch Ron and Notary Explosion. But like I said, you can just do Launch Ron. I put the link for both of those in the chat. So you have, and Notary Explosion is on the website too. So you can see that on there as well. Okay. All right. So, hey, I'm a new subscriber. Just applied for my notary license yesterday. I love that. What was your question? If you apply for your notary license, is there a waiting period before you can apply for Ron? It's going to depend on your state. I haven't seen a state that has. Well, so some states will say get your traditional commission first. After you get it, then you can apply for Ron. So some states give you Ron automatically. Depends on what state you're in. Okay, so that's going to vary. Good morning, Francine. I just completed my notary course for General Notary. I'm not sure how to begin with General Notary work. Go take my Ultimate Notary training. Well, Ultimate Notary gives you Notary Signing Agent, General Notary work, and Ron. If you just want General Notary by itself, it's in the Notary Signing Agent training. It's like it's going to rain. Okay. And the Notary Signing Agent training at notarytonotary.com. So that will teach you how to get started with General Notary work and loan closing. It's not separate. It's all put together. Because it's really just, it goes over the foundations that you need to build your business through. So my biggest thing is, if you're in this space and you're not making money, I have people all the time come tell me, oh, I took this course or I took this training, My biggest thing I say all the time, if you're in this space and you're not making money, go take the Ultimate Notary training. Like that. And I feel like if you actually do the training, follow the steps, implement the steps that I'm talking about, there's no reason for you not to be making money and being successful in this space. Okay. So it walks you through everything. I'm going to put the link for the Notary Signing Agent by itself, and then I'll put the link for the Ultimate. The Ultimate includes Ron and Tax Financial Management. Okay, so both of those are in there. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on. Dun, dun. I'm excited for Saturday too, Mika. It's going to be fun. Is it Mika, Makia? Either way, I was trying to say it right. Okay. All right. So I want to get into Ron. Definitely check out the remote online notary course that we have at notarytonotary.com. Launch Ron is this Saturday. Once again, 4 hours of just solely Ron training. Y'all know we do prizes and giveaways too, because you got to make it fun. Okay. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody else's questions. Yeah. So like I was saying this morning, I am about to get ready for a signing that hold on. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, docs are here. Oh wait, is docs here? No. I was like, oh my good, docs are here. They're not here. Okay, cool. All right, well, they should be here shortly. We shall see. But yeah, so the biggest thing when people ask me, I'll be signing for all your events, get the unlimited event pass, because that gives you all the virtual events. Oh, Mika, I said it right the first time. Okay, cool. The biggest thing for me when people ask me, like, how do you get in the space? How do you become successful? Like, you just need to learn your law. Like, that's your handbook, like master your handbook. I literally just pulled out my Florida handbook again because I'm going to study it again. Like, I've mastered Virginia handbook. Like, I can quote it like nobody's business, but I'm still mastered and memorizing Florida's handbook. And it's also, so I was talking to somebody today about customer service. It's really about being really present in your business, because you're starting a business. And so I'm very organized with what I do. I'm very organized with like my signings, my clients, my title companies. Like I'm making sure I'm always professional. I'm following up. I understand everybody's role in a transaction, so everyone can be happy at the end of the day. So it's not just about me getting a check, but it's about everybody else, especially when it comes to loan closing, everybody getting a check, And so it's really just understanding your space, getting your training, learning how to build a business. I say all the time, if you've never built a successful business before, you don't know how. And so the idea of I just got my commission, I just got a stamp, I got insurance, now I'm going to go make 6 figures. It's like, that's not really how that works. Okay. And so when I talk to people about like website building, SEO, business credit, business grants, when I'm talking about client management, when I'm talking about automations, when I'm talking about, creating content to generate leads for your business. And people say, well, I didn't know it took all that. It does take all of that if you want to build a successful business. You can get an LLC and a commission and make $200, right? Or you can make whatever it is. But if you really want to grow and scale, like you have to learn how to build a business. And that's my biggest thing. People always ask me, like, what's the main difference between your course and someone else's course? I don't know what they do. I'm teaching you how to build a business. Okay. So yes, in my course is like loan docs. I'm teaching you how to, how to do acknowledgements, how to actually do your skill set. But then I'm also like, you have a product or a service, but then you also have a business that you have to brand and run. I'm teaching you about taxes. I'm teaching you about like accounting, grants, like this, all of this goes together, business credit, like all of this all comes together into growing and scaling your business. How to generate leads, how to keep those leads, like how do you manage those clients once you get them? We had a class recently that was technology systems, right? And it was like, okay, how do I automate everything in my business? So we're talking about I showed everybody on the call that day, on that class, how to set up these automations to where once you get a signing appointment confirmation, you have to do nothing else. Like I showed them how to do the automation, how to set up the automation to where once you get off the phone and you say, yes, I can do that signing, there's an automation setup that will send that email to your notary assist, add it to your Google Calendar, send out a confirmation text and voicemail and email to your signer, and you'll get that confirmation back. So you literally did nothing except for saying, yes, I can do the signing. So showing you guys how to set those automations up in your business. And that's why I might say, well, you don't have to do all that. If I can just say, yes, I can do an order and hang up, and I don't have to add it to my notary assist, and I don't have to send out confirmation emails, how much more time am I saving by not having to do that? I can do something else versus the notary say, okay, let me go plug all this in manually. You see what I'm saying? If I can't, let's say you have a lot of new notaries who get in this space and they're like, oh, I got to get money for a printer. I got to get money for a business card. I got to get money for this. And they're looking crazy. It's like, I don't have to get any money versus the notary who's like, oh, well, Vanessa showed me how to get business credit. So I'm getting it now through my business credit lines. I'm not having to use my personal savings or my personal funds. You know what I mean? Versus also like you have the notaries who like don't get into grants at all. And I have students who've gotten into grants and gotten grants for their notary business. And then you have the ones who like, oh, does it take all that? It does take all that. Now you probably say, well, do I have to do all that? No. But if you have you can have two kinds of businesses. You can have your notary business where you just make whatever that is. But imagine a person who's getting grants, right? And they're like, yeah, grants are free money. Stop playing with me, okay? Free money you don't have to pay back. I like grants, okay? That's my best friend, okay? So if I can show you how to get grants for your business, for your startup costs, for your operating costs, for whatever you want to do, why would you not get it? You know what I mean? It's similar to like when you go to college and you apply for scholarships. How many of you guys actually applied? I did, and I got scholarships for college, right? So it's like you have the students who didn't get scholarships for college, and they went and got loans, and then they went to college, and now they're paying back all those loans, right? Versus students who went the same college, but took the time to apply for scholarships, and now they don't have student loans, or they have less student loans because they took the time to actually learn how it's supposed to run. You follow me? So it's like my biggest thing people talk about, what's the difference? I'm going to teach you how to do an acknowledgement. I'm going to teach you how to do a jurat, but I'm also going to teach you how to grow and scale a business. Because there are a lot of notaries out here, period, that know how to do it. A lot of them who don't know how to do an acknowledgement. There are a lot of them who don't know what an acknowledgement is, okay? But there are a lot of notaries out here who know how to do an acknowledgement and a jurat, and they're not making 6 figures, okay? It's very similar to like real estate. So you guys know I just got into real estate space as far as being a real estate agent and loan officers who but I see it really heavier with both. So I'm in a lot of communities now for like loan officers. I'm a loan officer and for real estate. And I see it all the way around the board in the notary groups, in the loan officer groups, in the real estate groups. Guess what? You got the people that's making no money, that's complaining, that's like, oh, the market's crazy. Do you know I have a loan officer friend, not even kidding, last month made $42,000 in commission. Okay. I have a realtor friend, not kidding, last month made like $18,000 in commission, right? But when you join these groups, and the same thing, like with the space, like and even in the notary, if you like look, there are notaries out here, like not even kidding, that's making like 5,000, 6,000. Like I just cashed a check last week. So last week I made $1,000 just doing notary work last week. Okay. It's not like, but it's like if you ask people, they're going to be like, oh, there's no money and you can't make money in this space. But what I'm saying is I'm in these groups, right? So I'm in the notary group, I'm in the real estate group, I'm in the loan officer group. You got people in the group that's making no money, that's complaining, that's like, oh, the market, look at interest rates. Honey, in the whole interest rate argument, I promise you, if you were not on my side of the playing field where you could see everything, you would think that there's no loans closing. Honey, there are loans closing every single day. Guess what? People are still buying and selling. Okay? But when you listen to the media and people complaining, you think, oh, no one's doing anything. That's a lie. Okay? People are doing. Okay? So you have, and all they're going to do later is just refinance. It's not that serious. I mean, it is. I get it. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so you people who are like in the space, they're not making any money. They're complaining. Oh, industry is bad. It's slow. Right? They have people who are like, well, you just got to work harder. It is tough, but you can do it. And they're like doing more. Then you have people who's killing it. They out here like cashing checks. They're like close. Let's go. So what's the difference? Everybody, all three of those people are in the same market. What's the difference? It's your mindset. It's what you think is possible for you. If you're going to sit around and say, oh, I can't do it, the market's slow, everybody's complaining, you're in the complaining group, then you're not going to make money, period. This is what it is. It is what it is. And I can't help you. You know, I can sit here all day and say, you can do it. You can do it. If you ever like email me, people like will email me and they'll like DM me like on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And even on YouTube, and they'll say, oh, well, Vanessa, what do you think about this? Because I wasn't getting the space, but everybody that keeps telling that there's no work here, If there's no work here, how am I closing deals? I don't understand. How, like, are you serious? Do you, in your mind, think this through? Do you really think that no loan closed today? No, at all. No one bought it. No one's been buying houses this whole time. No one's been selling houses this whole time. No one's been refinancing this whole time. Not to mention the interest rates have been this high for how long we live? Almost like a year, isn't it? It's been a nice little minute. You trying to tell me no one's doing anything? It's not like they said, oh, interest will be high for just 30 days and then we'll be back. No. Guess what? People gonna move on because you gotta do what you gotta do. You can't just be, people have how they are moving, they have transactions they gotta do. You really think that no one's doing anything? That's not the case. That is not the case. And what's happening a lot of times with these loans that I'm closing, they're like, yeah, the interest rate is high, but it's cool. I'm gonna refinance later. That's what they're saying. It's cool. I'm gonna refinance later. Eventually they're gonna drop. I'll refinance later. That's what's happening. But it's just like when you're just listening to the people, and really what it is, I think this is my opinion is, I think it's the people that are that got into notary during COVID. And then, so the only thing they can compare it to is when it was like a freak incident and there was like 1,000 loans for you a day. That's normally not how that goes. Okay. So when you're comparing it to that, then you're like, well, there's no loans. No, you just got to work for it now. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm checking, make sure my docs are not ready. They're still not ready. Okay, cool. Yeah, you just got to work for it now. It's not going to be as simple as it was before. You got to put the work in. It's just what it is. Okay, hold on. I see questions. I'm at work and listening to you. Did you say if you get the 2024 pass, the raw webinars? Yeah, so if you get the unlimited event pass, we're going to also send you the access to LaunchRon and Notary Explosion. Are you going to do another technology class? I need that class. Send me an email, info@notarytonotary.com, and I'll send you an invoice and the replay. You can get the replay. I'm not doing any more classes this year outside of LaunchRon and Notary Explosion. That is it. Everybody keeps asking me, can you do this? I was like, wait, because we're getting ready for the Realtor to Realtor program, and that starts January 1st. We got a couple other things we want to wrap up for the year. So it's like usually at the end of the year, I don't do anything. Like I try to just finalize everything, close out projects, get ready for the next year, set the tone. So I'm not doing anything new except for Notary Explosion and LaunchRon. But you can get the replay for that one. Just send me an email, info@notarytonotary.com. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so if you're talking about the technology training, you can get the replay. Just send me an email. You can definitely be a loan officer. I'm not doing a training on that right now. That might come out later in life. My next training program is going to be the Realtor to Realtor program, which we do have a pass for you guys. And I've talked about it a couple times. I'm going to definitely talk about it more close to the end of the year. But basically, it's an unlimited course pass for Realtor to Realtor. And it's only available to Notary audience. So we're not, when it launches January 1st, that will be gone. And it's for the first 250 Notary students who want to learn about real estate, getting into the real estate space, or are already in real estate and want to just do the training with us. It's basically just like Notary to Notary. So if you have done the trainings with Notary, it's the same setup. And is it an unlimited access? So lifetime access to the courses that we launch on that platform. Okay, so that link is there. Okay, so that launches January 1st. Let's see, that's for real estate. Okay. Hey, Lori. First of all, I wanted to call you. I gotta call you. I gotta tell you something. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm gonna tell you later. It's a secret. But hey, Lori, she's my sugar. They definitely started buying, refinancing, reverse USDA, Virginia, all of that. Yeah, like everybody's still doing everything. No one's gonna sit around and wait. Like stuff, the market's still moving. So like, don't believe the hype. It's definitely moving. It's just what it is. Okay, it is what it is. But yeah, so when people ask me like, what does it take to be successful in this space? One is amazing customer service. Like you really have to have that follow through, get your organization down, research business, learn business. There's a lot of free resources out there for business development, the SBA, SCORE. That's just to name a few. And I was telling somebody recently, they were like, oh, I want to get into more grants. Cause I was like, okay, I'm going to open an office in Florida. I want to open an office in Florida. But I'm going to first do my research and figure out what the grant market looks like out here. Because a lot of times, so your economic development office, every city and county typically has one, economic development office. City level, they might have one in state level too. I'm going to research that to see what grants they have on the city and state level. Because if I can get a grant to open my office, why would I use my own money? Okay, so I said I'm gonna find some grants first because I'm all about the grants. I like, and, there's so many grants for businesses. There's so many grants for businesses, period. So my biggest thing is before I go and use my own money, I'm gonna go get grants because I wanna, if I do open it here, I wanna use grant money, which they'll give it to you because it's basically like economic development. So they want to build up the economy for the region. So if you're gonna bring a business in here, they want to see successful. They have different grants, different programs. Okay. What entity structure is necessary most common? LLC, limited liability company. Okay. Limited liability company is typically what people will go for. It protects you. It separates your business from your personal. It's important that you know that. And I talk about that a lot in the tax financial management course, which I think everyone should take because, like, first of all, 97% of small businesses overpay in taxes. Okay. I can guarantee you if you're a notary, unless you were in my course when you started it, you overpaid in taxes because most notaries don't know and most accountants don't know that your per seal amount is not taxable by self-employment tax. Okay. So as a small business, as a single member LLC, you're going to be paying income tax and self-employment tax. Okay. Your per seal amount, the amount you charge for your notarization, that per seal, whether it's like $10 a seal, $5 a seal, whatever that is, you don't pay self-employment tax on that. Right. And I teach you guys how to set that up in like in your notary assist so that you can separate the two because self-employment tax is like what, 15%. Okay. So if you didn't know that and it's very niche and it's a federal tax. Okay. So it's not like, oh, I'm in this state. Nothing about that. Federal. The IRS does not want to collect self-employment tax on your per seal amount. Right. And so if you didn't know that, you overpaid in taxes. Now, granted, if you filed your tax returns last year and you're a notary, you can go back and do an amendment and get that money back. But, I did for a couple of years because when I first started in 2014, I did not know that. So I don't think I learned that till like 2017, maybe a couple of years. I didn't go back and amend it because I said, I picked my battles. Like it's okay. I just know going forward. Oh my gosh, you just have to remind me. So I do talk fast. And it happens a lot from New York. So I just talk really fast. If I'm ever talking fast, just say, Vanessa, slow down. Y'all know, you with me for a while. Just say, Vanessa, slow down. If I'm really excited, it just goes. So I got you. Let's go back. If you're a notary, okay, your per seal amount is not taxable by self-employment tax. Okay. So if, okay, single member LLC, you're paying self-employment tax and income tax. You will always pay income. Well, there's ways around that too, but we're not getting into that right now. Okay, and that's like a later, that's like deeper down the rabbit hole. Okay, so you're gonna pay self-employment tax, but self-employment tax, I believe, is like about 15% roundabout. The amount that you're charging for your per seal for your state is not taxable by that tax. So if you use Notary Assist, which I recommend that you do use, and I'll put the links for those in the chat. Just give me 1 second. I know someone else is asking for links too. Just give me a second and I'll plug all the links in there for you. I like Notary Assist. I've been using Notary Assist for forever. And the reason why I like it is because I love it. It's designed for notaries. Like, it just makes my life so much easier. And it works with all my automations. So it makes it easier in that perspective too. All right, give me a second. So Notary Assist has where you can plug that in. So at the end of the year, it'll run the, be quiet, JC. It'll run your reports at the end of the year. So when you give it to your accountant, or if you do it yourself, it'll have it for it'll have your reports on there. All right, so give me a second. I'm gonna plug. So I put the Notary Assist link in there, and then you asked me for another link. So the link, I'm just gonna put all the links I just put, so you have it. I think they have an API. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, they do. Actually, they do. But I would definitely reach out to Sue. Go to support at Notary Assist if you have a specific question about the API, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. So that's their email. Yeah, so hold on. And then I said launch Ron. Did I put that up here? Launch Ron. And the only other link I think I shared was the Ultimate Notary Training, Realtor to Realtor program. If you're a real estate agent, if you want to be a real estate agent and you want to train with me on that. And then I think, and that starts 2024. I'm excited for that, y'all. It's so funny because my new thing is like, I'm closing deals every day. I'm closing loans like as a notary. I'm closing loans as a LO, and then I'm closing deals as a realtor. That's amazing. All right. Unlimited event pass too. Boom. There we go. Okay, for 2024. So that's all the links I believe that I posted earlier. But yeah, so your per seal is not taxable by self-employment tax. Okay, so but my point, I forget how I was going down this rabbit hole. My point was that like it's just a matter of learning your business and learning your industry, because the more you become well versed in business building, the better you'll be more equipped to run a business. And that's why I say it's so many different pieces. Like I had a student talk to me recently about trademarking. So we talked about. She was telling me like, well, someone has her name, and I was like, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, 1 second, guys. I don't know why that's my title changed. I was telling her like you could get your LLC, which your LLC is just your name in your state. So when you get an LLC, that name, no one else in your state can have that name, but someone can have that name in a different state until you trademark. Once you trademark, so you can trademark on the national level, and you can trademark on the global level. You need to trademark on the global level, okay? But you can trademark on the national level for your notary business if you want to. I feel like primarily most people who do that, I mean, you could do it if you want to. Most people who do that have like nationwide signing services, or like, we'll have a nationwide brand. If you feel like you're going to stay pretty niche into your area, and you can always do it later. Well, unless someone else gets your name, then you can't do it. But, the name of the game. But you'll be fine. Don't overthink it. But there's a class I have on that on how to get your trademark, how to trademark your name and your logo and things like that. And like I said, it's not really a complicated process. A lot of these things, like when we get into business, we think it's hard because people use very specific language. And I think another reason that my courses are so effective is that when I'm breaking something down, I'm going to break it down to you so that my 5-year-old, my 6-year-old can understand it. Like, I feel like, yes, kudos to all the verbiage and terminology. I get it. But let's break it down so the average person can understand it. So when I'm teaching like my 10-year-old, hey, she can understand. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically just like, that's what I do. And that's what I'm going to do, like with the realtor program. So I'm like, I gave an example in a previous session where I was like, a lot of this lingo sounds very intimidating. It sounds very like, what is this? And so I break it down to which you can remember it in your head. And that's really how it happens to me. Like, so for me to like really process and you know, maintain it, I have to make it relatable, you know, and make it like, break it down, ABC 1, 2, 3, break it down. You know, like I was having a hard time. I was talking to one of my coaches for my loan officer license, and I was like, hold on, because this loan to value, was it loan to value? It was either loan to value or some other calculation we were going over. And I said, hold on, it's not making sense. And I was like, oh, we had to break it all the way down. I was like, hold on. But once I could see it clearly, it was like, oh, that's what that is? Why y'all making this complicated? You know? So I'm able to take it in and then regurgitate it in a way where it's like, this is all they saying. They over here using all these fancy terms. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to make this real simple. Like, but I did hear someone say before, like people, they use all these like really, just different terminology, and it's kind of like in a way to confuse you. So they make you feel like, oh yeah, I got to pay for this because that's really complicated. And it's like a lot of times, y'all, it's not even that deep. It's not even that deep. So my plan is, like, that's what I love doing. I love helping people be like, when I talk about SEO and people get like, what's SEO, search engine optimization? Now, don't get me wrong. SEO can go down a deep rabbit hole. But the basics that we need to really build a successful like website, brand, and generate leads, it's not even that deep. Like I can show you, it's not that deep. It's work, but it's not that deep, right? And so like I'm talking about SEO, AI. Like when we talk about AI, people get like, oh no, it's just too much. It's not, and it's not. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna help you. It's not that deep. It's work. You have to learn it, but it's not that deep. Right? Think about when you first learned how to drive. When you first learned how to drive, wasn't it hard? It was a challenge. But now you driving, eating, talking on the phone at the same time, right? Was it that deep? No. You just didn't know how to do it. You know what I mean? So we're just going to get in. We're going to learn. We're going to train. And at the end of the day, I want all of you guys that obviously you're here because you want to learn how to make money as a notary. I want all of you guys to learn how to build a successful notary business. No matter what state you're in, I want you to have the tools to do that, right? That's my biggest thing. And I was just like, I've been doing this for forever. Like now, like, and that's the thing. Like when I came to Florida, it was like icing on the cake. It was like confirmation because it was like, yes, I did it in Virginia. And everyone was like, oh, well, you were there. You're from there. Little excuses. But I came to Florida. I didn't know anyone in Florida. And I did it by myself. Like, and I built it myself. And I'm closing. Oh, let me check. Make sure my doc's not ready. Hold on. I have a closing and I'm waiting for the title docs. Okay, they're not ready yet. Okay. And I came here and I did it again. It's a system. You learn how to do it, you got it. People still don't know how to drive out. Well, more than they did when they were a kid, okay? With you being a loan officer, in your opinion, will it be difficult for me to apply for a mortgage if I've been self-employed with my notary business the past 2 years? It's not difficult. It just depends on how you did your taxes. It's not difficult. So if you send me an email, I can explain it to me. So I have another email for loans for my loan officer business, and I can give you that. So you can just email me there. But I can help you. It depends on, so first of all, it depends on how you filed your taxes, like what you did with it. But also there are new programs out there, which we've been loving. It's called the bank statement loan. And there's a bank statement loan, which is really good for self-employed persons. Okay. I think that it's great that they're finally doing this. And so, because a lot of people who file their taxes, especially when you're a new business owner, right? You file it so that way maybe you made like $100,000, but you wrote everything off, and then at the end of the day you made $10,000. We go by that $10,000. Okay, so you can't say, oh, but I made $100. No, but you wrote it all off, and you said the $10,000 was your profit. So I most likely cannot qualify you for anything with that unless you had other income you could use. But now we have new products that we use. It's called bank statement loans. And we have another program that just came out from a different lender that's more designed for entrepreneurs. So it's not necessarily going wholly off your taxes. And so I can definitely share the information with you. If you just send me an email to info@notary.com, and I'll just forward you to my loan officer email. and then I can help you with that for sure. Okay. But like I said, those are fairly newer programs. When I say newer, I mean, it's not like traditional. It's been out for probably like a couple years, but it's really starting to pick up steam in the small business community because a lot of people have had that issue with their taxes. So it's very doable. It's just a matter of, you know, we still got to look at the numbers, still got to make sense. Numbers still got to add up, but I can help you with that for sure. Okay. But just send me an email, info@notarynotary.com, and I'll definitely take a look at it and see what you got going on. Okay. As far as loans, though, even though I can guide you in the right direction, as far as loans go, I can only write in Virginia and Florida. But I can always point you in the right direction to another loan officer if you're in that space. Okay. Same thing with real estate, Virginia and Florida. But I can always point you in the right direction. But I can give you the information because most of it's applicable, especially with loans. It's usually applicable everywhere. Real estate changes a little bit, but loans is pretty much same across board. Okay. Yes, lots of new programs for self-employed pending correct documentation. Yeah, and there's a lot we can do. Like one thing that I have learned too with loans, it's like, and I'm glad I didn't go through a traditional lender. So you should, I come to find out, just so you know, so you can't say I didn't tell you, you should always get your loan through a broker for your house. I didn't know that. And like now I'm getting into the space and I'm learning it. It's a whole lot happening. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all later. Is that someone at my door? Maybe. But I'm getting ready to step inside, I think. It's weird when I'm knocking your door. Hold on a second, guys. So I'm going to give you guys a good closeout. Okay, it wasn't my door. All right. Anywho, yeah. So what was I saying? Loan officer, products, things like that. Send me an email, all that good stuff. But yeah, so it's just a matter of learning your space, learning the space, learning the industry. My biggest thing is I just want to help everybody get into the space that they want to be in. My focus, like I can tell you like what I'm gonna be teaching: notary, real estate, eventually loans. And you know, I love me some business credit and AI. That's my focus. That's what I love doing. So definitely just stay connected with me. If you have questions, let me know. Everything should be in-house with them to underwriting processing. It is. So it is. Well, not all brokers. So with us, everything is in-house. We have our own underwriters. Everything is in-house with my mortgage company that we do. But it just depends on where you are. So as a quick like just synopsis, so like traditional banks usually will not have as much opportunity for what they can give you. They're more conservative in what they're doing. Whereas when you're going through a broker, they're able to shop more deals and get you better rates and get you better deals as far as how your loan will be structured. So they have more. Just imagine like when you go like to an insurance broker, kind of think of it like that. But just know like, so like, for example, you know, with business credit, when I have people who want to do business credit with me and they're like, oh, I went to Truist or whatever their bank is and they denied me. And I said, yeah, you can't go there for a small business. You got to go to these lenders because these providers will provide you funding for a small business because traditional banks are more conservative. They're not like, so most small business fail within the first like 3 years, right? So because you're a high risk, they're not trying to play these games with you. So they're like, no, unless you got paperwork and dollars behind your business, like up front, we're not like really playing these games with you. So same thing with loans. So when they're writing loans, they're more conservative as far as like what they're going to approve, what's required. You know, a lot of the traditional lenders are not doing those bank statement loans, things like that. They're still sticking to those tax returns because they're more traditional in what they're doing because they want to limit their risk because they're making money in other ways. There's no point, like they don't have to, I guess. I don't know why, they just do. But we are able to do more. Like we can do the hard money loans. We can do more. Like it's a lot more flexibility with the products that you're able to offer when people are looking to get those loans. So come to find out, I learned more in this space. And it's just a lot. Like when you're on the other side of it, you get to see more of what's actually happening. Who's ready to close this year out strong? Me. I hope everybody is. That's awesome. But yeah, so Guys, if you want to get started building your notary business, definitely make sure you're locked into my programs, my training programs at notarytonotary.com. They're applicable nationwide, completely online, self-paced, lifetime access. We're adding more content to the courses as well the rest of the year. So we're going through and just putting everything in there, all the scripts and things that we found that we had just sitting there that we didn't add to any of the trainings we're going to be adding in. The best way to know if your course has new content added is when you go to non-notary work has content added. I added yesterday. When you go into your student dashboard, if it normally said 100% and now you're at 75, it's because we added more content in. Okay. And then Launch Ron is this Saturday. That's for everyone who's like ready to build their notary business. And then you have the unlimited event pass. Yeah, and we're getting started into next year. So if you're also interested in the real estate portion, you want to start getting into real estate, or you're already in real estate and you want to grow and scale and get leads and stuff, definitely get with me. We have a great program that's starting in January. Okay. But the unlimited pass for that does end. Well, it ends once we hit 250 notary students that are in it. And then it'll be like regular enrollment. Once we launch, you just join it as a regular person. So why not join in as a notary person, right? Listen. Launch Ron is recorded and you do get the replay. It's 4 hours. It's me, Susie, who else? So Susie from the NNA, National Notary Association, Roger from Secured Signings, and Amy from Cyberize It. So yes, we will all be in the space teaching you guys how to generate leads and make money as a remote online notary, working from home or wherever you are in your commissioned state. Okay. That is also the clock on the wall. I think I hit everything. Sierra, don't forget to send me a message about your loan you had a question about. And let's go. It's closing season. That's my new thing. It's closing season. It's notary closings and general notary work. So I like all of it. I don't think I'm going to get into weddings. I don't know. I know in Florida I can do weddings as a notary. It's just I'm not being led in that direction. So I don't really know if I'm going to actually do that. But I love that you can pick. I do still do field inspections. I like field inspections. So everything in the notary space, and then real estate, and then loans, and let's get it. Let's do it. I'm excited about it. All right, guys, that is also the clock on the wall. Thank you so much. Be awesome on purpose. Happy signing, JC. I will see you guys at Wago. Be great on purpose. If you have questions, you can always reach out, email me, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and you can find me on any of those channels too at Notary to Notary. Okay. I will see you guys at Wago. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm sure you are because you got the notification. Boom. Okay. And I'll see you guys at Wago. Have an awesome and amazing Thursday. See you later, alligator. Not for a while, crocodile.